Hey, welcome back everybody to another installment of How I Pota and my high-tech studio here at the Mud Castle. Hey, I want to show you how I Pota and what's in the sack. Now, if I had a nickel for every time somebody asked me what's in that sack, I wouldn't have very many nickels because honestly no one really asks me that. But here's the Pota bag. Everything to do an activation is in this bag. I like to keep it somewhat simple and efficient. Like I always say, get out there in the field and let's start playing Pota instead of pissing around with wires and all that kind of crap. So, hey, I want to show you what I do. I want to move this table a bit here so we can see what I'm taking out of this. So just an ordinary backpack, all sorts of pockets and stuff like that. This is what's in here. First off, we have, of course, the radio, FT891. Put some rails on the side, makes it easier to lift out. Number one thing, gotta have a radio. Second thing, power supply. Dakota lithium. My go-to is the 18 amp hour. Keeps me juiced for a while. I'm not gonna run out of power mid-activation, but if you do have problems and you run out of battery, check this out. Probably seen another video. Got a couple of alligator clips with a power pole on the end. Hook it up to your car battery, then you got some backup. Of course, you need your power cable to hook up from your battery to your rig. Here's wire I just made up. Another thing that's in here, very important, I guess, got the radio, got the power supply, need an antenna. So, in this little case I made for it, I got a Chameleon 17-foot telescopic whip. It's a beaut, man. Got me through a lot of activation. So, that's in the backpack. You can see it's in here in this little case here, keep it protected. Very, very, very good. I got a ground stake with a trucker mount. Truck store, picked up this little mirror mount, clamped it on. Little 3/8 fine thread for the telescopic whip. One part of it. Optionally, I have a flat type mount. And I don't know if you could see this or not. You could clamp it with the included C-clamp to a picnic table. Now this is what I used across New York when I traveled around. I was doing some training in just north of New York City. Hey, I wanted to go see some of the parks. I went to a couple of state parks and all I had was a C-clamp and this clamp and some of the stuff on the table here, making it across the pond. It was awesome. So that's another option for antennas. Connect the antenna to the radio. Got my coax. Counterpoises. I got it on a nice little 3D printed holder thingamajigger. You've seen another video how I set up antenna. I'm not going to go over that. That's in the backpack. Very important. Got to be comfortable too when you're out in the park. You can't just go out there and play radio without, you might have some bugs. Bring some bug spray. You need bug spray. Wintertime, you don't need bug spray, but right now you do. Simon, Victor Alpha 7, Bravo India X-Ray. This one's for you. You need some sort of toolkit. I got these Leatherman with pliers. Hey, this would have fixed your bicycle mount antenna. I tell you, if you would have had that, you would have been back on the air. So don't forget a simple toolkit. I'm going to show you guys a little closer with this. See, you got everything in there. You got screwdrivers, you got yourself a fork if you want to eat yourself a hot dog or something like that. Don't forget your toolkit. That's the toolkit. And some electrical tape. You never know if you want to tape something together. You got a wire that's broken. Man, something happened to your radio or your antenna. A little roll of tape is all you need. What else is in the sack? Let's see here. Got a charging cable for my iPad, which is coming up next. Cheap set of earphones, but I don't need some big old clunky headphones. Just the park, man. I don't know. I want to hear what's around me, but I also want to hear the radio. I use an iPad for logging. If you want to go old school, piece of paper, pen. Always good to have a piece of paper. You never know when this iPad's going to crap out on you and you need to write something down. So you got yourself a piece of paper. And a couple of sticks. That's for the raised counterpoises. I'll raise them off the ground. But to be honest, I never did carry these with me when I traveled around New York. I mean, I couldn't really carry this on the plane. So I didn't bring these. I just found a stick in the bush and used some sticks or clipped on the radios onto some trees. And I guess last is my 1 to 9 balun. Hey, if I want to hook up to patio lights or some sort of stop sign or something like that, or a garbage can, good way to have some fun out in the field. Have yourself a balun. Maybe your antenna broke, you want to tune up something, this thing will get you on the air most times. And you know what? I think that's it. Just about empty. Oh, and one last thing. This little guy. The Buddy Pole Power Mini 2 solar controller. I don't usually bring my solar panels with me on my activations. They're a little too clunky and stuff, but I like to monitor how much power I'm using over an activation. And I may need this USB output to charge my iPad. So that is a good thing to have in your backpack if you want to kind of have the versatility and seeing what you're doing out in the field. Okay, so that's it. That's what's in my sack. Now you don't have to ask if you see me out there, hey Wes, what's in that sack? Just watch the video and you'll see what I have. Hey, these are unedited, so hey, take it as it is. I'm just going to be videoing, showing you what I got. And hey, stay tuned. I'm going to get you some more videos on my next subject. Hey, 73s.